So we've made it to the park, to the Chapultepec park, and as you can see, there are like these little stands over there that can like they look a lot like Central Park. And let's see what they sell over there. So over there they sell pop, soda, and then they prepare the soda with chili pepper, which that's kind of weird. I haven't tried it myself, but that's a thing. And then there's also water and all different sorts of snacks like chips and candy, and which is, I don't think it's not different from what you would find in, you know, people selling in any other major urban park. And that one over there is actually another skyscraper. It was actually the tallest skyscraper until not too long ago. That's the headquarters of one of the main banks here in Mexico, and that's a lake. That's the Chapultepec Lake, and you can they actually have boats for rent that you can get, and then you can go over there and have a good time. But now it's closed because it's kind of late already. So it's not. The sun doesn't set quite yet, but it's kind of late. And yeah, you can just rent a boat and get in the lake and have fun. The boats that are for rent are over there, and you can see the ducks. And yeah, it's actually very quiet, even though Reforma is right there. Like, it's not far at all. Like, we're not literally, like, not even 15 meters away from there, and it's already much quieter. And so yeah, those are the four biggest or three skyscrapers of Reforma. The tallest one is the one that's right at the back, so it doesn't seem like it, but it's the tallest one. And then there's a Ritz-Carlton over there. And yeah, I mean, this is the lake in Chapultepec. So if you were to live here, this is a place where you can just come and chill, read a book, and enjoy yourself. And there's actually lots more to see. There's museums. There's the National Museum of History. It's right here. There's also the National Museum of Anthropology, also here. There's the Museum of Modern Art. It's also here. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of museums. Also, the Museum of Natural History is here. There's the zoo. It's also here. The main zoo, I would say, of the country. And yeah, you can see how people are just chilling. Right now, I'm not gonna get much more further in there because for another time, I want to exclusively come and show you what's going on here, and kind of like go into the castle and then like tell you a little bit more about the history of Mexico. I think that'd be interesting, but for now I just wanted to kind of like show you what it looks like in general, so you have an idea of what this area is in general if you wanted to live here. In a moment, I'm gonna show you what the houses look like, so like the normal houses, which are beyond Reforma, more in Polanco side. But yeah, I mean, this is another one of the landmarks of Reforma, and I just wanted to show it to you. And yeah, you can see everything that's in here right there. So Paseo de la Reforma, that's the name of that avenue. And then the zoo, washrooms, the National Museum of Anthropology, and then the botanical garden, which is it's also not super impressive, but it's nice. I mean, not super impressive in the sense that it's not the nicest one that I've been to, but definitely it's worth paying a visit. So that's funny because it actually was already closed, but the cop was distracted. So I mean, I didn't think it was closed. The cop was distracted, and yeah, and then I just made my way in because I didn't think it was closed, but apparently it was closed. And yeah, I'm just looking at this sign right here. It seems like an interesting show. Christmas in Mexico, and then there's this folkloric ballet of Mexico, and then yeah, I mean, just an interesting thing that I think I'd like to come to. So yeah, after that short story of how it was closed, but we got in anyways, I'm gonna pause the video and then I'll see you in a bit in the next part of this video. So right now I'm at the intersection of Reforma and the street, or like the trail that takes you to the Anthropology Museum. You can see that sculpture right there. That's not an authentic sculpture, so that's not legitimate. It's just a replica. But yeah, I mean, that trail over there is the one that takes you to the Anthropology Museum. And like, if you lived here, it'd be nice. Like, if you are in the mood, I don't know, for some comfort food or for a snack or something, like, you can actually find all sorts of things here. Like over there, they sell corn, all different kinds of chips. They sell tlayudas, which is kind of like a piece of it's a tostada, and it's covered in beans and salsa and cheese. That's not the real tlayuda, because there's also a tlayuda, like the original tlayuda is from Oaxaca, and it's nothing like that, but they call it that. I don't know why. But yeah, especially that stand of corn over there looks especially good. And they sell sandwiches over there, which is tortas. That's where a torta in Mexico, it's a sandwich. And they sell all different sorts of sandwiches over there, and then chips and chicharrones. But yeah, I mean, I actually really love corn, but yeah, so if I live here, definitely something that I love to do. So right now I'm walking by the botanical gardens. So the botanical gardens are these ones right here, and yeah, I mean, that's only a small part of it. They're actually very big, but as you know, they're closed now. And now the streets, the lights have been lit up, and yeah, still quite a bit of people walking. And yeah, that's another part of the botanical gardens right there. And yeah, so regarding accessibility and like connectedness, this neighborhood is of course very well connected to the airport. You can get to the airport by subway, or you can also get to the airport by Uber or by car. It's not far actually at all. So probably you get to the airport in 25-30 minutes. So yeah, I mean, it's very well connected, which is actually not a small feat, because the city is very big. So yeah, I think that's something really good about this place. And yeah, I mean, if you wanted to come and live in here, just do as I always say. Like, my advice is not for you to come and kind of like just like, not to find something from the outside, but to come and live here for a little bit, experiment, and see if you really like it, and kind of like stay at an Airbnb, and then look for the places that you actually like. And they usually have signs posted outside. And yeah, this is a botanical garden. A better look, and there's all different sorts of cactus over there, some like desertic plants, and yeah, a lot of people that are walking by are actually taking pictures as well. It's just during daytime it's very, very hot, so yeah, I mean, it's not very comfortable to be around here if you don't like, if you don't enjoy the sun, because it's actually really hot. So yeah, that's something to have in mind. And then there's a little bit more of the desertic plants over here, and yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it's a very chill street. More desertic plants, all different sorts of cactus. Yeah, this is a botanical garden. I don't think I'll come here because it's, you know, it's just too little to show you. I just like when there's lots of things to see. So yeah, the National Museum of History, which is the castle, so where Maximiliano and Carlota used to live, is over there. And also the zoo and the lake, well, which we just went to. Then, as you can see, there's lots of plants. But yeah, I think the best botanical garden in Mexico is the one that's in Oaxaca. So, to be honest, it's nothing like this. It's much better. Probably not as big, but definitely much better because there's a bigger variety of plants, and I don't know, it's just more historical, and you know, it has more that can be told about it, unlike this one that seems very artificial to me. But that's just my point of view. So we have actually walked all the way to where the buildings, big skyscrapers are, and yeah, I'm just gonna turn my camera around so you can see it. So that's the Ritz-Carlton building. I don't think all of it is actually the hotel. I think there are offices as well, because there's a place where if you come by helicopter, you can leave your helicopter. There's a helicopter over there actually. I don't know where it's going, but yeah, I don't think all of it is a hotel. I think it's a hotel and offices. It's quite tall, and then over there there's also the BBVA tower. And that one is actually very nice because it gets lit up at night. And then there is this other monument which was actually built as to commemorate the 200 years of Mexican independence, but yeah, no one really likes it, and it's actually just seen as a symbol of corruption because, you know, it was expected to cost a certain amount of money, but in the end it ended up costing a lot more, and it's actually not that pretty, so like people are very mad about that. And yeah, and then over there that's Circuito Interior, which is another one of the main kind of like highways in the city, and then or freeway, and then there's the other side of it right there. And so if you look carefully, you can actually see the World Trade Center. It's over there. We can't see it right now, but it's over there. And yeah, I mean, this is just what Reforma looks like. So like usually You can see a lot of people running along the street. So if you enjoy running, this is definitely a nice place to come for a run. And I'm gonna show you in a bit what actually where I'm heading is the Independence Monument. It's kind of like the place where people go and gather when the national selection of football, when they win an important tournament or something like that. So people go and gather there and celebrate. But it's also a place of protest. So like a lot, especially recently, people have gone over there to protest different social issues that Mexico is facing. So like it's just a place where people go and gather to protest these things. And so we're still walking over Reforma, and we're actually getting to right where Reforma and these buildings intersect. I'm going to show you because I'm getting closer. So it's right there. Right now I'm not zooming in. I mean, it's not as tall as the buildings you find in other cities in the world, definitely, but it's still very tall. And that's a sightseeing bus, so the city tour bus, and you can see how people are just there. And then there goes the Metrobus. And it's actually funny because, you know, they decided to build these big buildings right next to each other. So that's another entrance to Chapultepec. You can see those big lions there. And yeah, you can tell it's starting to get colder because it's already fall here. And yeah, that's Estela de Luz, that's the name of it. La Torre BBVA. And then I don't remember the name of that building. Then that's Torre Mayor, and then there is Carlton Tower. But as you can see, they're built right next to each other. And then La Torre Mayor, this was the tallest building not too long ago, until they built that one and that one. So yeah. This is what the city looks like. There is that one over there is a hotel, and yeah, you can see how people are just chilling. It's Saturday in the evening, so yeah. This is what the city looks like. Then you can see the name of the building over there, Torre Mayor. That person over there is looking for customers. Well, the taxi driver looking for customers. Then I don't know what that building is. I'm actually curious. I think that used to be the health, the offices of the health ministry. And then, so here's the tower. We're getting closer to it. And it's actually getting cold, I'm not gonna lie. I'm wearing a jacket and I wasn't going to, but I'm glad that I did, because it's very windy. So you can see they sell all sorts of knickknacks, more corn. Then this is the BBVA building. And then I'm gonna cross, I think, just so that we get a better view of this avenue overall. Wow, look at the architecture. That's actually very interesting because it started like wide and then it becomes tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter all the way to the top, and like it completely covered the Torre Mayor, which is kind of like rude and also ugly. Yeah, I mean, let's see what they're selling. So apparently that's corn. I think those are toys, I'm not sure. But yeah. So this is the most popular part of Reforma. So like when people mention Reforma, this is usually what you think of. And then there is the other skyscraper. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you in a little bit what the monument to the Mexican independence looks like. We can see the building closer from here. And then there's the St. Regis over there. So we're in Polanco and we're actually getting closer to Condesa and all of that. If you have done some research about Mexico City, you've definitely heard about Condesa because it's a very popular neighborhood among expats. It's actually funny and sad because as of late there has been a lot of scandals, and people have started to say, or people have started to find ads where, or listings where they specifically require that you're a foreigner, so they don't rent to locals anymore. So that's sad. Yeah, I mean that's how popular among foreigners it is. And then that one over there is the St. Regis. And actually we're also, the neighborhood over here is called Juarez. So it's Colonia Juarez. And we're actually getting really, really close to the Independence Monument. And it's a little loud sometimes. I promise you I'm getting a mic soon. Oh, sorry. I'm not looking at the ground, so. But yeah, that's the St. Regis over there. St. Regis, and then there is the HSBC headquarters, and then there's this statue right here. There's lots of statues, and this is actually dedicated to María del Carmen Cerdán la Triste, the oldest of the Cerdan brothers or siblings who sympathized with the anti-re-election movement. She was in charge of propaganda and buying and distributing weapons. In 1910, she became a prisoner, and then she was freed up in May 1911. And then it's actually kind of dangerous. I don't know why they put those statues here, because like the buses come very frequently, so that's dangerous. And then she was part of all sorts of revolutionary meetings, and she was a nurse for the Constitutionalist Army. Sorry. And that's her, and she's holding a rifle. That's actually kind of funny. Huh. But yeah, I think it's interesting to sometimes stop and see, you know, who these monuments are actually dedicated to. Because a lot of times you just don't know, and you just walk by and you have no idea what surrounds you, or why things are the way they are. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer, and I'm gonna see you in a bit.